What's up, guys? Michael with West Texas Hunting Guys coming to you. Really excited to be here at Korbin's Archery here in Lubbock with our guy GK, who's getting me set up on a new Mathews Phase 4 bow. So really excited, 29-inch Mathews Phase 4. All the accessories you probably saw a little pan across, but Spot Hog Fast Eddy, the new Mathews Bridge Lock Stabilizer 8-inch, the recommended VAP SS arrows. So really excited. I'm going full poundage on the draw because of the muscles. I also have these sweet limb legs. Turns out they do not work on the Phase 4. So any buyers, message directly to Brandon and
all Prima shooters.
Only for the Primas.
Yeah, for the
Only
Primas.
for the Primas.
So this is a good purchase for any Prima owner, but not for a Phase 4. But really excited to have the pro help me get this thing set up. So thanks, GK, for having us.
Thanks for having us, guys. We're excited.
Yeah, so follow along as we get the build going.
Put that hat on there.
I bet you'd like me to put the hat on.
Put the hat on.
Alright, I'll put it on.
$2,000 hat.
Jeez.
Go get you.
Oh, pre-curved.
Luke Bryan, who? So one thing I wish we had was some more light up in here.
Do you need me to give you a little phone light here?
Yeah, we're good.
Starting out putting the rest on.
The Hamsky Epsilon.
Yeah, so one of the things I was able to repurpose, in addition to my bow legs, my limb, these guys, limb legs here, is my Hamsky rest from my Bowtech bow. So the Hamsky Epsilon.
The Hamsky Epsilon. You cover that up while you're filling it.
Like in the field, like where you don't have a bow press.
Right.
How are you doing? How are you?
Get string. It's just like a repurposed string that you have to engage that cam to bend it in to allow that loop to go there and then to connect there.
Yeah.
It'll take that tension off.
Yeah.
So you can't fix that up in the field, which is pretty neat.
You're not fixing that.
I'll probably do it.
You're not fixing that in the field.
Don't dare me. I'll fix it in the field so fast.
That's what you can fix in the field if you're with GK.
That's right.
The stay afield system for those who want to stay afield.
Stay field.
Sheesh.
Already have somebody.
GK, tell me the limb driven versus cable driven. What are your thoughts on that?
It's a preference for sure. I've always been a cable driven guy. We run a lot of the integrates. I did run the Hamsky Epsilon on the V3X last year, and it's a solid rest. Don't really have to worry about timing if it's a limb driven rest, which makes it pretty nice and something you don't have to worry about.
Dummy proof?
For the most part.
Built for it.
Only thing they cannot withstand is some slim limb legs, is that right?
Son of a gun.
Add it on to them.
When you say, like, as far as timing is concerned, for guys that just get the recommendation from the bow shop where you're like,
right.
Some people are passionate about this where it's like limb driven is way better than cable driven and vice versa.
Correct.
So
yeah.
when you talk about timing, like for like
so when you
great
go
hunters like myself,
when you go with like a cable driven rest, you have to have just enough cord in the cable there with the rest. So when you draw back, that rest is coming up full tilt, kind of right at the last second of the draw. That way when you shoot, it's going to deploy when it's supposed to. Versus a limb driven, you don't have to worry about that length of cord. As long as there's some tension on it once you start, and then once you go to full draw, obviously these limbs are going to collapse and bend. That tension on that cord is going to relax, causing this guy right here to come up. And then when you shoot and those limbs come back to stationary, it puts tension right back on that cord.
is it a big deal either way?
It's not really a big deal either way. I think where most guys get worried about it is like out in the field. So if something happened to a cable driven rest out in the field and it was run through, you couldn't really repair it without a bow press.
Okay.
Now they send most rests with cable driven stuff, they send little plastic stuff that clamps onto the cable where you don't have to run it through. We don't like that. We like to run it through the cable. Korbin, Ryan have never had an issue with it pulling out. We tie a little knot in there so it doesn't pull out. But I still carry that plastic piece that it comes with just in case I'm on a hunt and something major happened. I can quickly repair it without having to press. That's
probably what's cool then about this stay field system. Then is like if
it can help a little bit.
If you happen to be and you're not the bow pro that GK is,
and Brandon,
you can stay afield.
Afield.
Yeah, that's what me and GK always say whenever we're doing that stuff.
And the D-loop here.
The D-loop's going on.
Spend money. Mathews. All bite, no bark. All bite, no bark. Like widest system they've got so far. So talk about like, especially with the limbs and like the dampening on the new, you know, on the limbs themselves.
Yeah, so with those 8 limbs, they put that rubber dampener down the middle, as you can see from, you know, any viewpoint here.
So instead of being a solid limb, it's like
solid 2 parallel limbs.
Dampener.
Now it's 2 micro limbs with a dampener running all the way in between. Definitely has made them more quieter and less vibration. Coming from a guy who shot the V3X last year, it is a much quieter and much, you know, vibration-free bow.
And I think you said whenever we came in to look at them when they first got released on the 15th, you know, of November, you were like, it feels like you're not even shooting it.
Yeah, that was my first reaction. That was my first reaction. I was, you know, pulled the trigger and I was like, did I just shoot that? Like, did it go off? Like, it was so quiet and so dead. But it's amazing what they can keep doing year after year. And that's all the bow companies. They come out with so many great things, and everyone makes a good bow nowadays. That's what's cool.
All right, tell us about the new bridge lock stabilizer.
So pretty sweet design by them. Machining out a hole here and then sending a little thread screw that's going to hold that stabilizer in place. And what that's going to do is allow you to kind of change up the lengths of how long you want that stabilizer bar running, or it's kind of a pain having to unscrew a stabilizer, put it in your case, screw it back on. This is just an easy kind of unscrew and then slide it in, slide it out, kind of set it up.
And I know there's a bunch of different sizes, but like I haven't shot with stabilizers before, so GK said, you know what, try the 8-inch stabilizer. Because it's like
really nice.
It's like half-inch increments, right? On the on the adjustments for it. So it's like finding the right weight that you have if you get everything out of the box.
Yeah, they did really well in the box. That's probably part of the cost there.
They spent all their engineering on the bows, not the boxes.
What I do like about it is it's kind of machined out, so wind's gonna cut through it. Not be able to hold that. And then their new weight system's pretty cool. It's already like a thread screw in there. You can unscrew, snap on a weight, screw it back in. You don't have to take it all apart. But getting that guy.
So when you're recommending stuff, like, is it like 8, 10, 12, I think? Are
that's the 3 they have made, yeah.
Like, what's your recommendation and why? Like, for a guy like me who's hunting most of the time in Texas, a lot of times out of a bow blind where it's like trying to not bump everything, but I also want that balance on the bow.
Yeah, man, when we were talking about this, I kind of went with my preference because I run the same sight you do. I like to run the 8-inch bar. So that's kind of a preference thing, and we can play with it a little bit. Also, you can play with the dovetail on the spot hog, slide it in and out as far as you like. I think you'll like the way it feels and the setup, because I do both. I do a lot of Western hunting and a lot of whitetail ground blind hunting as well. This is kind of the best of both worlds.
Bring it in if you need space in the blind.
Yeah.
Like send it out if you're shooting longer range, especially with the spot
just to get that stability, absolutely.
Yeah, I was watching a video on how these things connect. It's kind of unreal. That little like piston system in there.
Yeah, just that unscrew here, and you can kind of slide it out, slide that other one in. It's not like you take the whole bar apart. Right. And this is unlimited. As many weights as you want to buy, you could run 20 of them if you wanted to. Pretty cool, but I like it.
We'll see.
we'll start with 2.
Start with what it comes with, and we'll go from there.
The coolest part is when you're done with it, just slide it in, put it in the bow case. Yeah. Like that easy. That's so cool, and it's a cool design.
What do you say for like a new bow hunters, new to stabilizers? Are you like, hey, let's start all the way out. Let's start it at like, do you have recommended?
I like to look at the sight, kind of see what they're running. Obviously, you're not going to put a 24-inch bar, someone who's running a sight that's this far out. That's just going to be kind of not stable to me. Again, it's a preference thing. And
so you like balance where the sight and the stabilizer are? Correct,
yeah.
And again, so the Phase 4 comes in 2 different lengths, the 29 and 33, right?
Yep.
So this is a 29 inch. Again, part of the reason is because a lot of the hunting that we do is out of a blind for, you know, hogs, whitetail deer. Not that it can't be run, like you said, in any Western hunts or on spot and stocks or something like that. It's just the shorter of the two, which is my preference.
Absolutely.
Tell us about the Spot Hog Fast Eddy XL. What's good about this sight?
One thing is it's bulletproof. I've had this sight for 4 years on my bow. Have thrown down mountains, fell out of a mule, whatever, a ranger, whatever you want to call it. And it's just bulletproof. I love the design that they do. It's a really sweet sight picture, coming with 2 different sight rings. If you like a bigger kind of scope, you can go with that bigger ring. If you like the smaller, go with the smaller. The single pin look is something I've come to love. I don't like a lot of clutter in my sight housing. So having that single pin look with 2 reticles is gonna give you another yardage. They also make the triple stack, which is that 3 pin we were talking about. I just went to that just to add 1 more yardage, just to reach out there. Really like having those 3 set yardages when I'm hunting. That way I kind of know, okay, I'm covered to 3 set yardages. I don't have to sit here and rover and have to rearrange and do all this stuff. So it's a really good design, really good company as far as taking care of the customer and the warranty and all that side of things. So
I would love to keep it as low profile as possible, but I don't want to lose the range that it would have. Like, I'm not ever really out.
Like you're doing tack once a year?
Yeah, so it's like I might throw one at 90 once a year, but it's also got that second pin, so I've got the adjustment I can make.
As far as like the balance standpoint, I mean, obviously you can slide that. I kind of like how that's looking, run on but the 4th hole and just try it.
Okay.
See what it feels like in your hand, and if it's too top heavy or whatever, then we can play with it some more.
Okay. First axis, second axis. So first axis being level here, second axis being level
there,
here.
And third being this way around. Yep. So 28 inches and then we're ready. Ready to go.
Grab my release out of here.
Go put an arrow or 2 through her.
Go see how that drawing looks.
And did you already dial back the pull weight from 60 to 55, or have you not done that yet?
I did, yeah.
Okay.
Did me like that?
We're gonna do right now.
I'm gonna check his draw length, make sure everything looks good there before we tie in the peep, and then we'll cut some arrows and then kind of get them sighted in here at 20. But for now, we're just gonna check that draw length and make sure it looks good.
Awesome.
Sweet. Everybody be cool.
What are you doing right here, GK?
Oh, they weren't tight, so I'm tightening down the limbo.
Tightening them down, okay.
Lefty tighty.
That's right.
That's what they always say.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Snug.
Just
they are snug.
Alrighty then. Alright, so now we're gonna check his draw length, make sure that looks good. We're not gonna shoot this, just gonna get you aimed down range. Find your anchor point. Yeah, I'm gonna take that just for a second.
Yep.
A little dark in here. So. Find that tip of that nose for me. Don't worry about the peep. Go ahead and raise this arm up, get it level. There we go. Where's that peep need to go from there?
Actually it's good right now.
Pretty good right there.
Yeah.
See that sight housing? There's no space above or below. So I like where that corner's coming in. We're not getting any face contact there. That's pretty textbook. So that's gonna be one of your initial anchors where that tip of that nose is barely touching.
Okay.
But if that looks good right there, we'll go ahead and let that down. I'll tie that in right there. Perfect.
I'm textbook. And it's an 80-pound draw weight, so.
Is that 80? I thought we had.
It's the Cameron Haynes 92 pounder.
It's not. Don't pay too much attention to.
It's their new design. The limb bolts are backed out. trim up the goods here.
Just a little half turn to
Just
get the peep.
a little quarter turn, trying to get that peep straight. Stay on this side.
Okay.
Just so I can get that. So just draw back and hold it for me. Okay, slowly let her down. Beautiful.
These arrows cut down.
Get them cut, get them glued in, and then get them sighted in at 20. Then he's ready to rock and roll.
Rock and roll.
And there are no limits to what you can do. All right, what are we doing here?
We're now gonna get sighted in at 20. Just gonna start at 10 yards though to make sure we're on paper, or on target at least. So use that top pin.
Okay.
And then just pick a dot and kind of go center mass. Find that nose on there. You want that center blue?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's back it up to 20 and
That was
see where we're
quiet.
at. Same thing.
I'm up for any recommendations. When you look at me, like don't. I'm not too proud to like make a correction on anything.
I'll also
so.
correct you.
You just
Teamwork.
pull that camera, okay? 80-pounder all weight.
Just find that on the tip of that nose. There's your anchor, perfect. Top pin.
Ooh, can I shoot one more?
Yes, you can.
Oh, look at that.
I won't say where it is.
Yes, no, turn it slightly. There you go.
Okay. I think that already feels better.
Tip of that nose. Good. Okay. Tip of that nose. Good.
Same spot.
Group it up. Here, tip your finger and you're kind of slapping at it.
Okay.
Kind of get it back deeper in that knuckle.
Uh-huh.
And then as you're still pulling through the shot, it's going to feel like that.
Okay. Okay.
Feel like that pinky kind of outer forearm is kind of still pulling back.
Okay. All right.
But get your anchors and stuff and then kind of bury it in that knuckle. Good, and then it's just light pressure getting it on that knuckle.
Is it too far forward? Is that why, or do I just need to get?
Just need to get it deeper right there and then just pull through that back arm. Better. Bullseye it too. So get that anchor and kind of bury it on that knuckle a little bit deeper.
Yeah, that's way better right there.
Yep, and then just keep pulling through that back shoulder. Stacking them in there now. That's a lot better. You hear, you know, punching the trigger. That's a lot of guys get that trigger around and then they just slap at it.
Which is probably what I was doing, because I always thought, like, it was like, that's what you want to be. Yeah.
You want to bury it in there and just keep adding tension. That way the shot breaks and surprises you versus you slapping at it.
It's all the tension, baby.
A lot of tension in here.
A lot of tension. On that anchor on that nose. Good. Good. Grip looks good. Bury that knuckle around it. Good. Pull through. I like it. We're grouping it there. bury that knuckle. Better.
Nice.
That's grouping dead center there. I think we got the 20. My deal is whatever you can draw back comfortably without making a whole lot of racket.
Alright, let's see what these arrows are at.
About 426, just with the 100 grain.
That's great.
Yeah.
So that thing's gonna be moving.
Anything different with the quiver this year, or is this the same quiver?
Same quiver as last year, that low pro, I still call it a new. The low pro design really hugs up under the bow. You'll see it once I get it installed here. I just love all that integrated stuff. It really complements the bow, and once you run all the accessories together, the bow performs, you know, at its best. But that's not to say you can't run it without. It matches better with the Mathews accessories for sure.
GK, do you want to run through kind of what you put on here for us?
Yeah, so what we got is just the 29-inch axle to axle Phase 4 with the Spot Hog Fast Eddy. It's the double pin look. So you get that on camera. Single pin look with 2 reticles. The Hamskea Epsilon mounts in line there. It's a limb driven rest. We also have the 8-inch new bridge lock stabilizer, which is one of Mathews' new and improved inventions. We also have the low pro quiver, which can be taken on and off, but also has a tight, slim fit to run everything streamlined and make it the most compact, streamlined bow possible. Something that's dead quiet, and I think you're really gonna enjoy shooting.
Got some new arrows?
Yeah, got some new.
Absolutely, the VAP SS is one of the best out there with the awesome collar. Our custom fletch design here, which we run, is a pretty hard left helical. Gonna be flying good, super tight groups.
And I think we weighed, it's like 426.
426, yeah.
So a good heavy arrow to shoot, get everything done for the hunting that we're doing around here. So
now it's just flinging a few, get some reps in, and then you're ready to be launching bombs.
Super impressed, super excited. Cool to have all these integrated features in here to where it makes it like ultra slim, like ultra enjoyable to shoot. And appreciate you guys getting us set up, man. Thanks so much.
Yeah. Good luck to you, and anything else we can do, contact us and we'll go from there.
Again, shout out Korbin's Archery. If you guys aren't following us at West Texas Hunting Guys, subscribe, follow, like. Go check out all the Korbin stuff. They've got a great following on Instagram especially, but I know they do a bunch on YouTube too. So go look at their stuff. But if you're not also following us on Instagram, come give us a follow and watch Brandon dry fire his bow and watch me hammer stuff with this new bow. So thanks for following along, guys. Appreciate it. Talk to you later.
I've heard if it feels good, it can't be wrong.
That's right.
Makes me uncomfortable when you say things like that on the camera.
Does that make you uncomfortable?
A little bit.
I did hear that the new bows are dry fire resistant. Can you confirm that?
Well, wait to see. Further testing will show.
I plan on testing it right away.
Further testing will tell us.
So, as part of the setup process, should we dry fire just to see?
I mean, it's paid for, not by me, so let's do it.
Hey Brandon, tell us about whenever you first got your bow. Did you dry fire it?
We're running out of batteries on this.
We gotta keep going.